Well, this isn't exactly something you're going to hear from mainstream Republicans or Democrats, but here's a tax plan that I'm confident would change this country in a positive way forever. It's a pro growth, business friendly tax model that also effectively provides for a minimum income in America in a free market society, and it lowers the tax burden for the average American. Plus, it balances the budget. I believe we should adopt what's called a negative flat income tax. Let's say we do it at 25% of all income, and let's say everyone gets a $10,000 refundable tax credit. This would mean that a person who earns no income would also owe no taxes, and then he would get a $10,000 credit and make $10,000. Now, someone who earns $30,000 a year would owe $7,500 in taxes and get a $10,000 credit, so he would net $2,500. People who earn more than $40,000 a year would owe more than their credit and would therefore become real taxpayers. As millionaires pay their taxes, their now relatively small $10,000 credit becomes meaningless, meaning they pay nearly their full 25% rate. What's really neat about this is that it would provide an income floor where no one earns less than $10,000 a year. Think of it, we could almost wipe out homelessness in one change of tax policy. This would be in place of welfare and food stamp programs and any other government assistance, so we can just get rid of those big government programs and all their wasteful spending right off the bat. This would be much more efficient. And the greatest part about this is that there's always an incentive for someone to go out there and earn more. Unlike welfare or food stamps, if you go out and earn money, you don't lose your benefit. This would also encourage those stuck in a system of taking assistance to break free and earn money. So while everyone can settle for their $10,000 per year, they won't want to because they can earn more without being penalized. This would allow anyone who gets even a low-paying part-time job to move outside the poverty level. It's more efficient in an economic sense and restores the value in lower-income jobs, making it worth it for Americans to work these jobs that are currently going to illegal aliens hopping across our borders. Why? Well, instead of collecting a government check, they can earn a minimum wage level job, and when you add that to their $10,000 tax credit, they now have quite a livable income. Also, while this is technically a flat tax, it provides a progressive component to it that provides that lower and modest middle income families pay little to no taxes, and in most cases receive money back, while at the same time, depending on what the exact figures would be if implemented, by cutting loopholes, it would actually raise enough revenue to balance our current budget deficit, even with reducing tax rates on top brackets and saving low and middle income Americans money. The tax form would also become so simple that billions of dollars can be saved each year simply by reducing the size of the IRS. Even better, I really believe that this is a way to bridge the gap between liberals and conservatives on tax policy and government assistance. It provides for a flat tax and work incentives, which conservatives champion in a free market approach, and that at the same time gives a break to low and middle income families and provides for a minimum income for all Americans, certainly something that liberals can be happy with. It will achieve a balanced budget, which is good for our future economic policy and provides a minimum income for all Americans to go a long way to almost eliminating poverty altogether.